We are now ready to learn our final 3 phonograms for the Logic of English teacher training series. Before I introduce them, I want to ask you, were you taught the ending shun in school? Most of us were. In fact, I've found as I've spoken across the country that this was commonly taught across the United States across several generations. And this oversimplification creates a lot of confusion. As you'll notice, confusion has an S-I-O-N and cannot be explained by the ending T-I-O-N. In reality, in English, there are 3 spellings of sh found at the beginning of the syllable in the middle of the word, and you see them before you on your screen. This one says sh, this says sh, and this says sh, zh. Notice this one has 2 sounds. Now, what is the difference between sh and zh? That's right, they are a voiced and unvoiced pair. Now, if you'd like a tip on how to find which Latin spelling of sh to use in a particular word, it can be helpful to look to the root. If you notice the words on your screen, which can also be found on page 138 of the Teacher's Training Manual, you will see that express ends in a s, and therefore it uses the SI in expression. Face has a C in it, therefore it uses the CI as in facial. Space has a C, therefore it uses the CI as in spacious. Inspect ends in a T, therefore we use the TI as inspection, and so forth. Now, I need to warn you that this does not work with all words. You can't always find an English root. However, if you were to know the Latin roots, it would be consistent. So those schools that teach Latin have a little bit of an edge on spelling here. Let's take the rules and the phonograms that we've been learning and apply them in Spelling List 7. Once again, I highly recommend that you turn off the video, practice dictating this list, and then turn it on, and then we can do the list together. All right, let's dictate Spelling List 7 together. The first word is cents. The pencil cost 50 cents. Let's sound it out together. Cents. S. This is a k. S. E. N. T. S. Go ahead and write it. And remember to sound it out loud. And now help me to write it. S. E. N. All right, why did the C say S in this word? That's right, it's before an E, therefore it said S. Now, you can use morphology to help expand your students' vocabulary with this word as well. Cent actually means 100 in English, so we have century, centennial. All of these words are related in meaning, and when we begin to teach students the roots, we can help expand their vocabulary, improve their spelling, and show the relationships in meaning. The second word is wonderful. We had a wonderful time together. We're going to say to spell won-der-ful. How many syllables? 3. The first syllable is won, w-a-n. The second syllable is der, d-er. That's the of her. And the third syllable is full, f-a-ul. Go ahead and write it. And then help me to write it. The first syllable is won, w-a-n. The second syllable is der, d-er. And the third syllable is full, f-a-ul. And how will we mark it? We'll underline the er. By the way, with the word wonderful, what is the root? That's right, it's wonder. And the suffix full means to be full of something, so wonderful means to be full of wonder. The third word is excellent. It is an excellent beach. Say to spell ex-cell-lent. How many syllables? 3. Very good. The first syllable is x. Ex. The second syllable is cell. S. This is a k. S. E. Ul. And this third syllable is lent. Ul. E. N. T. Go ahead and write it. And now help me to write it. The first syllable is X, X. The second syllable is sell, ul. And the third syllable is lent, ul, nt. Why did the C say s here? That's right, it's before an E. By the way, what is the root of excellent? It is excel. Something that's excellent excels. The fourth word is germs. Germs cause disease. Let's sound it out together. J, this is a g, j. The ear of her. Z, germs. Go ahead and write it. And then help me to write it. J, z. And how will we mark it? We'll underline the And what did the z say here? It said its second sound z, so we'll put a 2 over it. By the way, if you want a tip, especially EFL students, if it's going to say it's a voiced or unvoiced sound in the plurals, when it's before a voice sound like you use your voice box, then it's going to say its voice sound z. And when it follows a unvoiced sound, sent, t is unvoiced, then it says its unvoiced sound. The fifth word is shoe. My left shoe has a hole in it, shoe. Let's sound it out together. Sh, oo. This is an O-oo. Go ahead and write it. And help me to write it. Sh, oo. And how will we mark it? We'll underline the sh. We'll underline the oo. And what sound of O-oo is this? It's a second, so we'll put a 2 over it. The sixth word is letter. Ella wrote her a long letter. Say to spell let-ter. Let's sound it out together. The first syllable is let, ul-et. The second syllable is ter, the ear of her. Go ahead and write it. And now help me to write it. The first syllable is let, ul-et. The second syllable is ter, How will we mark it? We'll underline the The seventh word is expression. She has a funny expression on her face. Now, before we write the word expression, what do we need to think about? What is the root of expression? It is express. So what kind of sh will we use? That's right, we'll use a SI. So let's sound it out together. X, press, shun. First syllable is X, X. Press, p, s, shun, sh, n. Go ahead and write it. And then help me to write it. The first syllable is X, X. Second syllable is press, p, s. Third syllable is shun, sh, n. How will we mark it? We'll underline the sh. The eighth word is actions. Actions speak louder than words. Before we write the word actions, what do you need to consider about the sh sound that you hear at in the middle of the word? That's right, how would we spell it? And we can go back to the root, and the root of actions is act. So now we know what kind of sh to use. So let's sound it out together. We'll say to spell actions. First syllable is ac, this is a k, and then shuns, sh, n, z. Go ahead and write it. And now help me to write it. The first syllable is ac. Second syllable is shuns, sh, n, z. And how will we mark it? We'll underline the sh. And what did the z say at the end? It said the voiced z sound. The ninth word is hundred. The tickets cost $100. We're going to say to spell hundred. How many syllables? 2. First syllable is hun, n. Second syllable is dread, d, d. Go ahead and write it. And now help me to write it. First syllable is hun, n. Second syllable is dread, d, d. there anything to mark? No, it's all first sounds. The 10th word is important. She has important news to tell us. Say to spell im-por-tant. How many syllables? 3. The first syllable is im, I. Second syllable is por, p, or. Third syllable is tant, t, a, n, t. Go ahead and write it. And now help me to write it. The first syllable is im, I. Second syllable is por, p, or. Third syllable is tant, t, a, n, t. How will we mark it? We'll underline the or. Now, I want you to notice in these spelling lists that the bigger words are actually more consistent in English than the smaller words. Those small words are the ones that have had the longest history in the language and have had the most time to change. But when we start getting up to larger 2, 3-syllable, 4-syllable words, they are extremely consistent, and they are much easier to spell when we understand the logic of English.